I played lacrosse at Princeton, and I just would beat the hell out of people playing lacrosse. So I used to always bend shafts, and I just needed something that wouldn't bend as easily. You know, my dad and I hatched the idea together that, hey, you know, what if we took titanium and used it for a lacrosse shaft? It was literally one of those items where the second you put your hands on it, you had to have it, because it was like half the weight, 5 times the strength, and from a playability standpoint, you notice an immediate impact. In the first year, we did like $300,000, and it was all consumer direct, just taking credit cards. Then I ended up renting my own building, and then my wife, who at the time was my girlfriend, she was a geochemist working in Boulder, Colorado, of all places, so she left Boulder and moved to Detroit, and then I worked in this little crappy office, and I'd wear blue jeans and work boots and a t-shirt to work, and then I would chop titanium handles and polish them and wrap them up and send them out. And so, believe it or not, there's a titanium tubing factory right there that was 20 minutes from us. There was an aluminum extrusion factory right there. And then the lacrosse head frame is actually a plastic injection mold. Plastic injection molding is all over Metro Detroit. The margins were good enough that we could actually mold them in the US, so we were making our molds in China. But what we realized is, once we had to ship them back to the US, all the work we had to do on the molds to get them to run properly, it just got to a point where the costs weren't really worth all the time and effort to you know, kind of save on the initial tooling price. So now we've moved almost all of our tooling business back to the United States. We're constantly searching for, you know, what products that we can bring back and source in the U.S. And this is more of an issue now with, you know, how popular Asian manufacturing is that everyone's like, well, we can go to Asia and make it at this price. And the caveat that I would give there is that you have to make sure that your product is excellent. And so, from my opinion, it's not worth at the very beginning to rush out and try to make that extra margin to you know, possibly compromise the quality and delivery of the product, because if your product is the heart and soul of your brand, that you just want to be able to reach out and touch it and make sure that it's up to standard, and that if something does go wrong, you can stop it and fix it in real time. We have a very robust manufacturing community in the whole Midwest, particularly in Detroit and in Michigan, and you know, it's really just exploiting that know-how.